Mama se kungi betengo we kumoyi ingumada takana. Okyoso kinu kibanga se Manuele ngando mushisamye. Manuele.
Welcome to the shit. Hold on. I think it's 19th. 14, 15, 16, 17. Hello, and welcome to the 19th episode of the Two Left Feet podcast. Today, I was joined by a wonderful guest, a Mr. Pedrinho Mattos from London. He is the owner of the UK Dance Connection in London. This episode was really cool because Pedrinho has such amazing energy. It's very infectious. It was so much fun talking to him because, you know, that energy it came through the phone, you know what I'm saying? He's very passionate about Zouk. He grew up dancing. He moved away from his mom when he was like 10 or 11 years old, moved away from his mom to pursue his passion of dancing. How crazy is that? This episode, we talk about a lot. We talk about, you know, his life as a traveling Brazilian Zouk instructor, his life in London now, just so much. His rap career, his clothing line. This dude is amazing. He's doing so much with his life, and he's only 24 years old. He's about to turn 25 soon. This is a really cool episode. You're gonna enjoy it just because, like I said, his energy is on 10. His energy, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. Great episode. If you find value in this, I ask that you please leave a like and a subscribe. And if you find no value in this, then don't even worry about it. But yeah, I have fun. I have a lot of fun filming it, talking with him. Excellent. Yeah, episode 19, Two Left Feet podcast. Hope you enjoy it. The line with. Oh man, hold on, wait for it. Okay, I'm on the. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I am on the line with Pedrinho Mattos. Is that correct?
Yes, Pedrinho Mattos in the house, baby.
Yeah. All right. So you are a Zouk instructor, and you are the owner of the UK Dance Connection in London. Is that correct?
That's the one,
yeah. Yeah, that is the leading school of Zouk lessons in London. All right. So I knew you were born in Brazil. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I was born in a small city called Belo Horizonte.
Belo Horizonte. All right. And you started dancing. You were 10 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right. And in 2005, you went to Rio de Janeiro, the professional dancers at Rio de Janeiro. In Rio de Janeiro, man, like, Arosa Dance School. Is that how you say it?
Arosha, yes.
Arosha.
Yeah, man, that's where I met everyone, man. Like, that's where I met Renato and Rachel, the Ramalhos family, Carlos and Fernanda, Renato, everybody, man. Like, everybody came from there. Like, that was the point. And I was just so blessed to grow up in such a cool environment. Like, it was sick.
What made you enroll there?
Man, it's like, I don't consider myself a normal person.
I understand.
So everything started because my mom, she was going to turn 40 years old, so 40. And I was about 10 years old. And she's like, I want to dance a tango. I want to have a tango dance for my birthday with my son. And then she just enrolled to this little dance school down the road, some little shit thing, like just casual. And then that's it. Like, my mom couldn't really dance and she didn't really have the patience. But tango is hard as hell. So she's like, nah, who cares? And they kind of kept me as a mini dancer because I was very young. So they were just kind of like teaching me in the corner and let me do the lessons there for free. And then after 1 year, just dancing like that, having fun, doing my sports, and I was doing that every day, man. So like learning a little bit of dancing, then doing my sport, football, a little bit of volleyball as well at the time. And I heard about this school in Rio de Janeiro that everybody has to be there, everybody has to go there if they want to learn. Mm-hmm. And this school in my city was part of a partnership with this other school. So they were like, if one day you ever want to be a teacher, you have to have like 8 diplomas from this other school. It was something insane. And I was like, well, I might as well start soon. So I literally, man, the assistants at the time, the people who worked for the school, they were packing up to go over there for like 3 months intensive training. And I literally just went with them, man. I said to my mom,
Okay.
like, I'm going. I'm just, everything's paid for. They already paid. So I'm just jumping in the
Awesome.
car.
Yeah. How old were you at
And
that time?
I was about 11 years old, man.
Oh
Like my
wow. Oh
my, my
wow.
mom freaked out. My mom freaked out, and then that's when shit went down because I got there to the training. I'm about 1 week in the training, like working hard, dancing like from 9 a.m. till midnight, living the dream. And then Jaime Arocha himself, man, he walk in the room, puts their hand in my head, and is like, "You're gonna be like my son in dance. You can stay here." Oh my God, can you
That's
imagine that,
awesome.
man? So he
Yeah.
literally, man, I literally phoned my mom and said, "I'm never coming back home." My mom freaked out, man. But I was always like, I am like this. I'm like, so, I'm a, I'm a person with goals. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't hang around. Like, I don't waste time. And since I'm little, and then my mom, she freaked out, and I said, well, doesn't matter what you say, I'm never coming back home.
Yeah. All
So
right.
she had to find like some family, relatives, cousins in Rio de Janeiro. And literally, I moved myself into Rio de Janeiro. Like, I never
At,
came back to my
at
city.
11 years old, man. That's crazy.
And then the guys from the dance company, man, like, they were giving me like fake ID so I could go to the dance parties. Yeah, man, it was
Okay.
like, uh, and then this is when my life went like, and I was like, oh, that's what I want to do for life, man. Like, I love this stuff, and it just makes people happy. Brought so many people together in, like, the school at the time when I was in Jaime Rocha school was about 1,500 students, man. It was like
Wow.
two dance schools. He had it on the same street. It was insane. It was another level, man, and like it
Uh-huh.
just made me fall in love with that structure and the fact that you could dance like 24 hours a day. And
Okay.
that I think that touched my life. For I was like, man, I want to do that for life, like. And since then, I never stopped, man. Like, I just kept going.
I'm curious, man. You have some really good English. Where did you learn English at?
Movies.
Okay. Strictly movies, really?
so so what happened was, my stories are always like crazy twists, man. So like, I was on a tour in Europe. At the time, I didn't speak English. It was about 2012, 2013. I was doing a tour around Europe, teaching some congresses. Carlos and Fernanda kind of took me around, opened some doors for me. So I was traveling around, kind of lost my dance partner. She went to Brazil and she never came back. She kind of just
Okay.
abandoned me. And I just kept doing the tour by myself, dancing with everyone, just, working hard, hustling every day. And then my last city, it was London, where I live now. And literally, man, I was working with Solange Diaz, Berg's brother,
Okay.
Berg's sister, sorry. And they gave me really good opportunity. Oh, sorry, I just got a call. That's bad of me. Um, so yeah, so they gave me some opportunities to work. And on the last day, man, like I think it was my last 2 days or 3 days in the country, they introduced me to my wife.
Okay. Linda,
And
right? That's her name's Linda, correct?
Linda,
Yeah.
man, like literally, like I had, oh man, stop calling me people. Sorry, man, these people keep
So,
calling me.
that's all good.
Um, so that on the demo, is my business partner, the guy who
Okay.
owns the
Okay.
school with me.
Okay.
Can I just text him real quick to stop disturbing me?
Yeah, that's fine, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He knows that I'm on an interview with you.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, cool. So sorry about that, man.
It's all good.
Um,
I know you're a popular man, busy man.
oh man, like, it's a lot of work. We're growing hard. We're working hard. So yeah, man. On the last day, Solange was like, "Oh, P, I don't really feel good. I don't really want to do a demo." And I went to her, "Oh, Solange, I don't have a partner. I'm working really hard. I need to have at least videos on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm screwed."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, my friend just arrived from holiday. Just dance with her." And I was like, "But Solange, like this European, I never danced with her. Maybe she's not even good. What am I gonna do?"
Right. Right.
And then my wife, to be at the time, she just walks down, and I was like, "Okay, I'll dance with her." And then, man, like, I had a dance. The video is actually online. You can actually find the video. The dance aspect is not very good, but man, like, I felt was love at first dance, man. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember anything. I was literally walking around her the whole demo, man.
Okay.
in terms of professional, if I judge it today, the demo is shit. But for my life, it was one of the most important dances of my
That's
life,
awesome.
100%.
How can we find that video, man? You know what it's
Um,
called?
I think it's like Pedrinho and Linda Grace Bar.
Okay,
I'll shoot the link to you on the end of the call.
please. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was literally, man. I stayed, and then I was like, wow, something happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt something different. And for you to be on a tour for like 6 months traveling, man, like I did over 20 countries, I think, at the time. Man.
Damn.
Like, I was dancing Zouk all over the place, man. I went to freaking Scotland where Zouk was like 2 people in there, man.
Oh
Like,
wow.
I danced all over the place, and then to have a dance that it moves you like that, and I was like, wow. And then on the end of the demo, I didn't really speak English at the time. I told the organizer Solange, I said to her, oh, tell Linda that one day I'll marry her.
Okay.
And man, and then people freaked out. That she was like, and literally when we got married, they did a whole celebration of the same venue, the same party.
Hey, that's awesome, man.
Was love at first dance. And then since then, I kind of locked myself around her and movies. So she was to go to work, and I would just be watching movies, man, like for 5 hours in a row. Literally, like that's how
you
I
learned
learned
it.
English.
Yeah, that's
So
impressive, man.
thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. But
your
that's
English is way better than my Portuguese, man.
have you been practicing?
I have not been practicing. Hey, so tell me about your dance school, please.
Oh man, my dance school is my little baby as well. So I said I have 2 babies, my baby girl and my dance school, man.
Okay.
So when I got to London, I as I said to you, that dance school in Rio de Janeiro changed my life, you know. So I said I want to carry on this mentality, this educational system that people can actually enjoy dance and be very good at it. And London was kind of a little bit lost when I got, well, more than the time that I got here. So it's been kind of going on for 10 years, this kind of club and class kind of vibe.
Uh-huh.
So people literally stopped learning how to dance, man. And when I moved in, it was very, very frustrating. You know, like I would go out and I wouldn't be really able to enjoy dances, you know, people pulling and pushing, throwing themselves. And I was like, I said to everyone, I said, man, I'm going to open a dance school in here. And then the organizers, they were like, P, but, you know, London is one of the most expensive cities in the world, man. Like, that's why nobody managed to do it yet. And because rent is so high. Like, man, it's stupid why we spend money in here. Like, it's ridiculous.
Damn.
So, yeah, man. So I kind of like work with all the organizers here around. I kind of like build up my name in the town, kind of create some good credibility to show the work. And that's when I found a space, man. I saved some money in, and then I went full on, man. I went like dance school. People like, what is that? What is, I don't know. People were not even used to pay like memberships, man. It was like everything here was done as drop-in. So I was like, man, I need to change this mentality. People need to learn properly. So I end up like, I spent like 3 years with my friends, like, you know, like William Paloma, Carlos and Fernanda, Renato Verona. These are very close friends of mine. And then when I was building my program to create new dancers, I was kind of testing with them and then asking them some questions like, what do you think? Because, you know, I have more this urban vibe.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're creating a new student, I'm not creating, you know, hip hop dances. So I'm teaching them Zouk. So if they go and dance with William Paloma, they can dance comfortably. If they go and dance some traditional or Lambada Zouk, they can dance comfortably. So that's the goal of the school. So I created a school and I created a program that people can learn the mechanics of it, that it can literally, they can choose where they want to go. So if they want to dance more lyrical, more traditional, more hip hop, everything's adapt because we kind of went to the core of the dance. And then we created this structure. So I've been open. I have this school now for just over 1.5 years now, I think.
Okay. Wow.
And so first few months, man, went really well. And then obviously, I am an artist in every aspect you can imagine. So I'm not very good at business yet. I'm still learning. So first few months were really good. And then the numbers kind of start sinking in a little bit. And that's when I brought my business partner into the game. So he used to be a private student of mine, and he loves Zouk. Like, he loves West Coast and Zouk. Like, he just loves it. He loves dancing.
Yeah.
He's fucking talented as well. He's amazing. And he owns few business around London. And I said to him, man, I'm doing this school. And then he kind of gave me some tips to start with. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
man, I'm not looking to another business. I work so much. And then like slowly talking him to it, like he's, like a brother to me, man. And I was like, man, I need your help. I'm 100 students now and I don't know what to do. I can't even manage.
Right.
And then he like, all right, let's make some money together. So,
Hey, exactly.
man, he jumped in. So just before the holiday time in here. So everything was kind of a learning path, because here people go away. Like nobody on a dance school is local, man. So I kept the school open in July. Biggest mistake, I lost like so much money because everybody goes on holiday in here.
What's the holiday in July? What is it?
So they kind of have the summer break, what they call here. So July and August is the worst time for dance school in here because people go back to see their families. They go like to Croatia, they go to Spain because it's very cheap and very sunny, as we don't get so much sun in London. So people literally shoot off, man. Like, listen, they don't care about the city. They just leave.
Okay.
And then like I was learning through this shit, and I was like, oh man, I need to close down. We're losing all this money, man. So I was like, and then like my business partner jumped in, man, and he is amazing. Like, he knows the culture. He's British. He's like, we need to do this. He came up with the open days. We managed, man, we did like a free week of Zouk in the school. So people to get to know, like we had over 400 people in the school, man. Like
that's awesome.
Trying
man.
Zouk, like so. Like obviously, if all of them sign up, we would be in Ibiza right now. But but it was good to create a good promotion to Zouk. So we're bringing this serious face to Zouk in London now. That Zouk should be taken serious. It's an amazing dance, and you can have fun and learn with quality. And he just come up with these amazing ideas, man. Like, so he's helping me to grow Zouk so much in here.
It's a learning experience, man.
Yeah, man. Like it's a lot. The culture is very important because I'm doing something that is my culture, my dance, like Brazil. Right. But I also need to adapt where I am right now. Yeah. And that's what I think lots of Brazilians make mistakes. They try to as a Brazilian dancer, you should only do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live in that country, if I live in US, I have to adapt to your culture, man. Like, you can't treat California the same way you treat New York, and the same way, you know what I'm saying? Like, every place has its flow, has its swag. Like, you have to adapt, and then that's how you manage to grow the scene, by showing them like, oh, check this out, and then yeah.
I'm curious, man. I'm curious. Tell me about your rap career.
My what?
Your rap career.
My rap career. Oh shit! You found that out. Oh yeah, man. So, man, the dance has given me so much in life, man, that you can't imagine. Like, I cannot believe I actually get out of where I am from and where I am right now. And so one of them is my sister, like Nimsei. You can see that, like, we go for the name Nimsei and Eldorado. Okay. So Nimsei, she was another person that the dance brought to me, man. She was a client in my school. She came in for the free week. Like about a year ago. She was one of the first clients of the school, really. And she showed up with some gold watches and gold chains, like the
I see you shining right now. I got the gold.
So she walks in, man, with a chain and like a gold Apple Watch case, and I was like, yo, come here, let me see this. And then immediately, man, like, Sola, she's from Spain, so we clicked, man, like first day. And then she was dancing, she was falling in love with Zouk. She came from like bachata, Spanish, they just like the Latin stuff. And then I convert her into Zouk, man, and she fell in love with it. And then I asked her, I said, oh, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm a rapper. And I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, no way. And then she showed me some songs. I actually demoed some of her songs at the time. And then I said to her, oh, man, before I was a dancer, like, I always dream of, rapping. I love Brazilian funk and rap, man. I freaking love that my whole life. And then she's like, well, stop by my place and let's do something. And I think she didn't really believe that I was going to go. So I show up this woman's house, like, yeah, I'm ready, let's go. And then I said to her, well, good luck, because I don't know how to write song and I don't know how to sing. So good luck. I'm just here. And then, man, like, literally, she taught me everything. Like, we work hard, man. We'll work like 8-hour shift, like writing songs, and she's teaching me like, you out of key, and then you gotta do this and you gotta do that. Yeah. So, man, and then like literally is my love, is my is this thing like dance music, man. Dance and music in my
Okay.
life is everything, man. Like it leads me. Like I can't live without music for a second. Like
That's awesome, man.
so
You're very artistic, so you pursuing it, man. It's one thing to think about, and it's another thing to actually do it.
man, I'm like shooting everywhere, and I'm like, and now, well, so now the rap is kind of taking over a little bit, and that's what I need to be careful with my Zouk side because
Okay.
so we went for a competition, it calls UK Open Mic, and we got to the finals. We didn't win
Shucks. That's
because
awesome, man.
yeah. So like this competition, they have all kind of talents of singing, so you can have acoustic, all the hell the stuff. So rappers don't normally win this kind of stuff, but it's kind of a really good, publicity for us.
Yeah.
And on this competition, we met the producer of Sam Smith. You know Sam Smith, yeah?
I definitely yeah.
What is it? Too Good to Say Goodbye. Like he got some really famous stuff
I
like
know
going
of him
on.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So his producer, man, like kind of approached us on the end of the competition and offered us to work with his studio and stuff, man. So
That's
it's like
awesome.
it just took to the next level now. So we're working really hard with the music at the moment, and we're gonna launch a project soon. Like I'm gonna involve some Zouk into some dance videos soon as well,
Hey.
kind of helping each other out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
That's a
So
great idea, man.
I'm constantly thinking of stuff that I can do to like reach more people, make
Yeah.
people happier, man. Like I'm a very happy person, man. I'm always having a great time, and I just think that people are always like consumed by the time and the money. But if you're really happy, man, you can make loads of money and enjoy life in a
I
freaking
believe
way,
that,
man.
man. I believe it. I want you to tell me about your clothing brand, Lady Licious Clothing. Is that right?
Lady Licious clothing, man. So Lady Licious is this is what I'm saying. I'm crazy, isn't it? I just start businesses. That's all I do, man. So Lady Licious is another idea. Was a partnership that we done it with Carlos and Fernanda. You know Carlos and Fernanda, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, the organizers of Prague Zouk Congress.
Okay.
They're amazing, man. So they are the ones responsible for me to be in Europe. Like they opened so many doors for me, and they have their own brand that it calls CF Brazil, which is clothing from Brazil, like really high quality leggings and stuff. And then they offer us to join up on a partnership to kind of create a shop in UK.
Okay.
And then Lady Licious, it was a name that my sister Yasmin came up with.
Okay.
Rapper. I said to her, I need a name that is sexy, this and that. And she's like, Lady Licious.
Hey, here it is.
So, man, and literally I was like, all right, cool, let's launch a business. They call Lady Licious.
Hey,
Bring on the clothes.
let's go.
Yeah. And then again, like my business partner is amazing, man. Like he literally buys every idea that I throw on. I was like, Carlos and Fernanda wants to launch a new, they want to expand, they want a partnership. Let's do it. And he's like, all right, let's do it. Boom, done it. So,
Yeah.
So we're still launching kind of properly. So what happened is because the school kind of grew, we are almost 200 students now. So the school is kind of very busy at the moment. So we kind of like put it on hold, the Lady Licious for a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously there is some work on, but we are doing more in the events for now for the dancers. We kind of like creating like some pieces for dancers and bringing that swag into the dance floor kind of thing.
Okay.
That's the idea, yeah.
No, man, that's awesome, man. You're doing so much. It's really amazing, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know how. I don't normally sleep much.
I bet. I want to get back to Zouk, man. Can you tell me about Lambada? Did you study that at all?
The Lambada, yeah. Well, I'm too young for that pure
Okay.
answer, but I had the privilege of seeing the transition very young. So for example, I actually did a post on the UKDC page yesterday about the Ramalho's family. So Renato Ramalho, Rachel Ramalho, Rodrigo Ramalho. And the post says like, because I'm flying them over for my birthday, yeah. So my birthday is
awesome.
in 2 weeks.
That's awesome,
And they are
man.
one of the teachers of the event. And yeah, man, I remember like it's yesterday. I'm sitting down watching these people perform, man. And these people were the transition of everything. They were the lab rats. These were people
Okay.
study on. So from that time between the transition from the lambada into zouk, man, it came so many amazing dancers. Like,
Okay.
so Adilio Porto and Renata Peçanha, when they start to kind of like evolve that transition into zouk more, so many dancers were training with them and growing with them, and like it's in a beautiful transition. Like, and I still had some contact with lambada, but not straight through it. I had the honor to work a few times with Gilson Damasco as well, and he take me through something. I met in London. I used to work with Braz as well over here. um there is two points of view in the lambada as well, because in Porto Seguro, when Zouk was already starting to kind of be studied in Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo, in
Yeah.
Porto Seguro, the lambada is still being danced on the street and being, like going full out.
Okay.
So they kind of like preserve that instinct of it. When the other cities, the big capitals, they were getting more influence, they were getting more music, they were getting the
Uh-huh.
French song, the DJs come in, then Mafia Zouk pop on, so like it start growing more and more through the capitals, on where Porto Seguro kind of like preserve that lambada, that
Uh-huh.
frenetic side of it and that flow.
I get you, man. I heard I was speaking to her. You might know Uwana Vasquez.
Oh yeah, Juana.
Yeah, I just had her on the show actually.
No,
sh-
that's sick.
yeah, bro, she was wonderful, man. She told me that I don't know if I'm saying it right. Foro is is
For
is more Foro. That's like more so the more popular dance in Brazil right now.
Yeah, man. Forró is the reason I think every Brazilian start dancing, man. Like, I think it's the
Oh,
the first approach for men to women, I think, in life
okay,
in Brazil.
okay.
So it's very popular, it's very cuddly, it's very easy to start with, and
Oh,
people love it, man. Like, the music is delicious of it. It's very cultural as well. It's literally I think it's three or four instruments. Like, we have
oh,
the triangle, you have the little drum there. Like, it's super simple. It's really, really delicious to the most of us Brazilians. We kind of like go from forró to something else, you know what I'm saying?
okay, okay,
So it is very is responsible to give that Brazilian feeling, that Brazilian hug. That's where it comes from,
okay,
100%.
okay,
Like,
okay. I wanna I know you have a daughter, man. Her name is it Mia?
Mia, baby Mia,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm curious. Is she gonna fall into your footsteps? Follow in your footsteps?
Oh man, I hope so. Like, other day in the school, she kind of like blew us out. So she's almost 2 now. So she's like
Okay.
1 year and 10 months. So it's gonna be 2 in 2 months. And I bring her to the school since she is like 4 months old. Like, she's been
Okay.
seeing the
Okay.
students. So she runs around the school all the time. She doesn't have problem with people. Like, she just loves being around the school and
Uh
music.
huh.
She start dancing. She loves
Hey.
dancing. She tries singing as well. And this last, was it 2 weeks ago, I was having a beginners class starting at the school. And man, I was counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, doing the basics. And she started copying everyone in the room. The
Oh
whole
wow.
class stopped, man.
Oh.
I almost cried at the class. I was like, please keep going. But oh man, I really want her to be involved with art, like, music, there, anything that she wants to do. I'm gonna support, man. Like, because when I came from in the beginning was really hard. Like, I had
Yeah.
to I had to prove to my family really hard that it could actually make a living from what I do today. And I
Yeah.
think I think my family only believed me when I actually flew them out for my wedding with everything paid for.
That's
I think
awesome.
they're like, oh, okay, now he can actually leave from it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
few people in Brazil, the old culture kind of thing, like parents, few of them still thinking that, dance is involved with a lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs and stuff. Like, it can be, man. Like, this is your own path. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you choose what you want to do, and it depends on your mindset as well. So, and I think that's what the day when it clicks. So if Mia, I hope she wants to work in the arts, side. But if she wants to be a
Yeah.
doctor or anything, I would just support her, man.
That's
Like,
awesome. As you
anything,
should.
like,
As you should. You gotta
yeah, man.
support your children, man.
Oh man, I
I
just, yeah.
I want to ask you, man. What do you think makes you so successful this far in life, man? What's your secret?
Man, like, I don't know. A few people, they ask me. A few people actually tell me. They say, like, man, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just I just work. I work very hard to get
Okay.
everything,
Okay.
and I always dream very big, man. Like,
Okay.
since a child, like, my family, my friends are like, Actually, the car I'm sitting right now is a Santa Fe. Um, and since I was a kid, I was like, man, I'm gonna buy a Santa Fe with white
Hey,
interior.
hey.
And like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini very soon. And people are like, oh man, you dream too much. And I keep saying this stuff, man, and I just keep pushing through it, like,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, man, like I was like, I'm gonna have a dance school in London, like, boom, and then I'm gonna have few businesses, I'm gonna have money, I'm gonna own my own house, like,
Hey.
it comes, like, but people sometimes they just say shit, but they don't actually go for it, like
Yeah.
everything I say to it, like I really mean it, and it really means a lot for me because where I come from nothing, man, like I had to work for every penny, like so everything that I do is kind of like I have this extra passion for it, I think.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the classroom and teaching students and teaching anybody, man, it's just like what I love to do. So I just give them my experience. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't care about the step. I want them to understand that point of view and say like this is how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to always teach like guys, we're gonna do this sequence, but that's how I want it to feel. Like, can you understand that? How does it make you feel? I kind of
Yeah.
like get on this zone with this, and I love this exchange of energy. Like I believe in this energy exchange a lot, man. And attraction isn't it? Like if you know what you want, it just attracts.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Going back to teaching. I've seen you dance before, and to me and my girl, it looks like your lead. It looks like you're firm but not rough. And I feel like some people might interpret that you're using more force than you really are. What is it? uh, What is the key to a good Brazilian Zouk lead?
Well, man, like is understanding and respecting and adapting to your partner. Like doesn't matter how good you are if you can't adapt to the partner you're dancing with, or you
Okay.
can dance very good with that person, but you cannot dance with that one. So there's something is wrong with your dancing. Like lots of leaders, they like to kind of blame the followers and they kind of start teaching the
Right.
followers how to adapt to their dance. Obviously, the followers they have to know as well that they have to be they have to be able to adapt as well. But I think the key for a good leading man is to literally adapt to each partner. Like don't think
Okay.
that you
Right. Right.
do,
Right.
and I think that's my biggest strength. Like even though I like my hip hop, like I keep my lead as light as I can, and I make sure that my partner gets the heaven on earth kind of thing. Like I take care of that partner for 3 minutes like it's my life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I like to have fun on the dance floor. I like to move. I like to dance. I don't like kind of like being steady, just turning girl to one side and the other. I like to dance with her. I like to move my
Yeah.
body with her, and I like to kind of get on this kind of connection kind of vibe. So it makes me want to move. And every partner that I hug, man, I just like okay. It's kind of like a body scan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh okay, her body roll is really good, so she's kind of flexible on the upper body. Do a basics like oh her base is a little bit rough. Do a lateral check, kind of like a five checklist. Like you go
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
embrace, body roll, basic step, lateral, and simple turn. Like if she got this
Okay.
five, fine. It's like okay, then I can push it a little bit. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like always looking for to make my partner comfortable and preserve her balance. Like that's what I like to do, man. Like I want
Okay.
to make sure that she understand that it's about her as well.
Okay.
You know.
I'm curious. So for that checklist, is that what makes a good follow? Like how can follows improve? Is that the five checklist?
Well, followers as well, that does help a lot. Obviously, if the leader is kind of like rough and stuff, the leader doesn't have much experience, that does matter much more for the follower because she's the one being throwing around. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit harder for the follower. Like a follower, I think like my best tip for the followers as well is kind of like, dance towards your partner. Sometimes I see as well followers losing control, and like sometimes the solution is not even the technique or anything. Sometimes they have the technique, but what has happened, they kind of get lost around the dance.
Okay.
When we're actually teaching this school at the time, we always dance to each other. So if I'm
Yeah.
doing an open, if I'm doing a time, I'm constantly moving around each other. So my partner is looking for me and I'm looking for her. And then you add that up with a very good frame, keeping the frame forward,
Right. Frame's always important.
using the footwork. I think as well, lots of ladies as well, sometimes they end up ignoring the footwork. Like
Hmm.
I like to describe how I describe it, how I think is like imagine your body is kind of like a Ferrari kind of thing.
Okay.
Your legs is kind of the engine. Your
Mm.
arms is kind of the drive wheel, and the right arm is kind of the gas pedal. So
Okay.
like
Yeah.
the leading comes from your body as a leader into the right side. The left is kind of the direction, and then your legs gotta be moving. So the followers sometimes is they get this information very well up here, but they don't have the power in the legs. They're not moving their legs enough. So
Mm.
sometimes I see followers really forgetting about moving their feet. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important to remember that as well.
Definitely, man. Always move your feet. That's in any dance. You got to keep stepping it out.
Yeah, you gotta keep moving, man.
Yeah, man. I'm curious, man. What is it like being, a traveling a Brazilian Zouk instructor, man? That is a life completely different than mine.
Oh man, like life changes, isn't it? Like when you were young, I'm still young, but when you're
How
younger,
old are you, man? How old are you?
I'm 24 years old, man.
Dude, you are young, man. Oh my God, you're younger than
I'm
me,
still
bro.
young.
Yeah.
I'm turning 25 in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna
Okay,
become older
congratulations,
now.
man. Hey,
Thank
hey,
you, man.
hey.
But
Wiser.
like, um, when I, when you start with it, like, is an amazing life, man. To travel every weekend, dance with so many people, and it's based on your focus. Like depending on what you want from life. Like there's artists that they actually love to do that. They don't kind of like they don't want to have regular classes. Really, they want to travel and dance with lots of people and do shows. Depends on your idea of dancing. Like now my main goal is to create something for life. Like I want to leave something behind. I want to be the guy who changed the Zouk scene in UK.
Yeah.
I want to build an empire kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that Zouk gets really well in here. And, I want us to have a space that we can dance 24 hours like we had in Brazil. So my goals are like to stabilize something, like I don't. So at the moment, and especially I had a baby as well. So I don't travel as much anymore
Right, right,
that I
right.
used to do it. Because, man, it is a massive, like I teach from Monday to Thursday, get on a plane on a Friday. I'm going to Prague Congress now, and I'm flying out tomorrow already.
Okay.
So I actually have my assistants covering 2 classes for me because I'm not gonna be there in the school, and then I'm leaving the school, so I'm already kind of dropping down on my students. I feel like I let them down as well, but I want to be part of the congresses as well. So
Yeah.
at the moment, I kind of working more with closer friends. I'm working with people who wants to grow the scene, who wants to kind of create a bigger community, a better community. My kind of focus right now on the works a little bit, but too, obviously, man, when I was, I started traveling when I was 17 to 18. So
Okay.
18 years old, I was on my first European tour as a Zouk teacher. And man, since then until 22, I was literally traveling every weekend, everywhere,
Busy. You putting that work in, man.
man. And it's amazing, man. Like, but it's the time that you have to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was out dancing every night. I was dancing so many people. And then now, obviously, when I go to the Congress, I go crazy as well because it's my time. I work, but when I'm in the party, man, I just love dancing, man. That's the problem.
Uh-huh.
Like I get on the dance floor and I just want to sweat it. I just want like, yeah, let's dance it.
Hey.
You put me on the dance floor. You give me a good DJ, man. I can go on for like 4 hours, 5 hours straight.
Now you're a
Yeah,
machine, man. That's awesome, man.
yeah.
I'm
That's
so I wanna switch it up on you, all right, man?
yeah, yeah. Let's go.
All right, bro. So check this out. I'm gonna ask you these really quick questions, and I want you to try and answer them in 10
All
seconds
right,
or less. All right?
all right. Let's see.
Hey, let's get it, man. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right, bro. If you could meet anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh shit, man. I think it would be G Easy, man.
All right. Okay.
G
Okay. All right.
Easy, fucking legend.
Yeah, he is. He is. What is your favorite thing to do outside of dancing?
Music, rap.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Hey, all right, for sure. um, what is the best gift you've ever received?
The best gift.
Mhm.
My daughter, man. My daughter.
Hey, that's wonderful,
100%.
man. That's awesome, man. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Fly, fucking fly.
Hey, that's official. That's official, yeah. What is one thing you could never live without? One item.
Gold chains.
All right, for sure.
Fucking love
Uh,
my gold chain.
hey, as a child, what did you want to be growing up?
Oh man, I'm an artist.
Okay. Living your dreams, bro. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self?
20-year-old self. Don't drink too much and work a little bit more.
What's up? What's up? What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Oh, that's a hard one, huh? I had so many.
Okay.
Man, like, I think, it's like be yourself and kind of respect the next to you as well. Like, I think that was best advice in my life. Like, be yourself, be truly to yourself, and then people around you as well feel it, and you're kind of gonna create that amazing energy. I think that was the best advice in my life, man.
That's awesome, man. I'm
Yeah.
curious. The opposite of that. What is the worst piece of advice you ever received?
Worst, man, is like, don't try not to dance and try to find a normal job. Like, oh man, that
Okay.
put me off so much. That happened
Yeah.
so many times.
Okay. You didn't follow it though, man. You
Oh
stuck it
man,
out.
I actually tried once. Like,
And what?
I tried it, but man, I did an interview for a driver's job. So
Uh
what I thought was like, I'm gonna dance, and then after I finish dance at 11 o'clock, I'm gonna do this driving, like delivery, like expensive drinks, like
huh.
whiskey, vodka, like but big brands. And the payment was quite good. Man, I drove to that place. Nobody was there once. And then I called the guy. I was like, well, I thought we had an interview. I was like, oh, no. And then I came the following week. The guy was not there again. And then I'm
Damn.
like, I'm going to give a third shot because,
Yeah.
okay. I gave a third shot. The guy's like, oh, sorry, close the office. We moving. I was like, man, I'm not supposed to do the shit, man.
Yeah.
And,
Damn. That's crazy,
I
bro.
even gave it a try. I gave it a
You
try. That's what people,
did.
but I did give it a try because, well, I had a very difficult situation last year. So last year when I opened the dance school,
Huh?
we sold the service for a guy, like it was like a wedding package kind of thing, like for teaching privates for 12 bridesmaids, a show routine, like a teacher, a performer, a big package. It was like £12,000. It was like $14,000 kind of thing.
Damn. Okay.
And it was he paid everything with stolen credit cards. It was a
Damn.
scam, man. I fell
Yeah.
for a massive scam. It was kind of, oh man, it pissed me off so much that I fell for
Yeah.
that. And so I went to court. I had lawyers. I managed to bring the debt down a little bit because obviously we pay rent, we pay teachers to do that.
Yeah.
But I still had to pay that money back. But obviously, though, that money went towards teachers and rent and shit. And man, it put me off that I fell for a scam like that. And that's when I said, man, I'm gonna look for an extra job to pay because I still paying this debt. I still
Damn.
paying. It was a
Damn.
total of, yeah, man. Like, if it messed me up really bad, it got me really bad for a month. I was like, man, you work so hard, and the motherfucker comes and do this to you.
Yeah.
I got very low at the time.
Mhm.
That was the worst point of my life. I think that's when me and Yasmin, we wrote a song that called "Still Standing." So if you
Uh-huh.
can find it out, it calls "Still Standing." You're gonna hear that like
Okay.
it's all about when this shit happens to you, So you gotta fight through it, and doesn't matter what,
Yeah.
you're still gonna be there, man. So I fought hard with that. My wife is amazing. She's my dance partner, my wife, my everything, man. And she just like, come on, baby, it's done. It was 1 month down, and she's like, enough. You're working hard. Let's do this. So
Okay.
I was done, man. Like,
That's a learning experience, man. That's
yeah,
that's,
man.
that's intense, bro.
Yeah, man. It was intense, and I could not believe that. Like being Brazilian, get used to robbery and all this shit around. And then this happens in London to you. I felt like I felt stupid. I was like, come
Ah.
on, man, how can this happen to me right now in here on a
Come
new
on,
business,
man.
man? I got mad
Oh.
as hell,
So
man.
hold on. So
Like,
hold on. You taught this dude you taught him like a rehearsal and everything?
like
Choreograph?
so it was all fake. So it was all done through phone and email.
Oh, okay,
And then
okay.
on the day, so he paid everything in kind of installments, like 6 grand, 5 grand.
Okay, okay.
And then on the day of the session, he didn't appear. He didn't
Okay.
show up. And then he became I have like 150 mails conversation with this dude. We took police. Like, it
Yeah.
was a nightmare, man. Like, it was the
Okay.
worst.
All right, yeah, it's in the
And that's
past,
when
man.
that's when I looked for the job. I was desperate for it.
Okay.
And then
Okay, okay.
I was like, oh man, the universe don't want me to do this shit, man. I belong on the art. Just dance a little bit more and you'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's
And that's
crazy.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
curious. I got two more questions for you, man. Okay, so you're stuck on an island for 5 days, and you can only bring three things. What do you bring?
Can only bring three things. Stuck on an island. Water,
Water,
food,
food.
and my wife.
Hey, that's all you need, man. That's all you
Make some
need.
more babies.
Okay. What is your favorite dance congress?
Oh, that is a hard one. How many can I pick?
Yeah, give me your top three. Give me your top three.
Top three. Oh, okay. Top three. Uh, Prague Zouk Congress,
Okay.
definitely. Um. Uh. Oh man, I loved. It was my first time in Zouk San Francisco.
Ooh.
I really, really enjoyed that festival. I thought it was really, really cool. Um. Oh man, it's just really hard. I would go. I'm gonna go based on experience that I had it. So the last one was a congress in the Warsaw Zouk Congress
Oh,
in Warsaw.
it was
Like
good.
it blew me off. It blew me off.
Uh
It was really good. So Prague, San Francisco, and Warsaw. I think for this year,
huh.
what it passed up to now March, it would be this. This is my top three for now.
Oh, that's awesome.
If we
Those
have
are.
an interview next year, who knows?
It might change.
It might change.
That's awesome, man. I want to let you know, man. You did a perfect job on those questions, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is it good?
hey, hey,
You never know when you go good or bad in this question, so you just go with it.
hey. Hey, so check this out, man. I got a couple more questions for you, man.
Don't worry.
To 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 people who are beginners in a dance and they feel like they're stuck in a beginner's rut, what
Yeah.
advice could you give them to help with that?
Man, I think the first thing the teacher has to do is to make them have fun. Like
Hey,
in our program in the school for our assistants, the people that we train now, they're part of our team. I'm the only teacher at the moment, and then I want to create new teachers as well. So I said to them, a beginner who never danced Zouk before, he doesn't think like us. You know what I'm saying? Like he
right, right,
doesn't care
right.
about connection. He doesn't care what is Lambada Zouk, hip hop. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. A person when he look for a dance, a dance class, he wants to have fun.
Right.
He wants to meet new people. He wants to be part of something. So if you get stuck and you start teaching a beginner too much routine and he loses the fun, that's when he kind of gonna get frustrated.
Yeah.
That's what I believe, because now it's good that you asked that, because I'm on a 6 weeks now beginners course, because the courses in our school, they don't reset. So the beginners course, we call it foundation one. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It takes 3 months to complete that course.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
each basic level in our school takes 3 months. So foundation one, 3 months, foundation two, 3 months, foundation three, 3 months.
Okay,
So,
okay,
so
okay.
we make sure to build up that student from from zero all the way up. And then after that, we have our intermediate level, intermediate 1, 2, 3, and then there it goes. But man, like these beginners, they've been with us almost 2 months, and literally, like few of them, they even come twice a week. And it's just that your program as a teacher, it has to kind of keep pushing them up as well. If you kind of as well get to a program that you're like, oh, you have to do basic and only basic, and you're going to do 7 times the basic step, the beginner will get frustrated. That's why they're going to go for bachata, they're going to go for salsa, they're going to go for kizomba. So the beginner side of it, you
Uh-huh.
always have to pay attention on the business.
Oh.
You can't treat a beginner as a dancer. I think that's the biggest mistake of the community. They want beginners to understand and fall in love with Zouk straight away, and they kind of like want to vomit a bunch of information on them and say like, look how hard
Okay.
this dance is. Look, you can do your head and shake it around like a chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think the beginners, you should always take care of your beginners, man. You have to feel your beginners like they are your family, because then when you're building up the steps with them, you're giving them routines and they're like, oh, I can do it. Is a baby step. It's like you're teaching a baby
Yeah.
how to walk, man. And
Okay.
then they should never feel stuck. If you create a right environment with a right program, like when I say program, I mean even the order you teach the step. The teacher has to know this stuff. So for example, in our program, we start, basic on a spot, basic forward and back. Then we go to viradinha. Then we go to lateral. Then from lateral, we wrap her in. Then we take her for a walk. Then we introduce our body roll. Then we go into rotate and this and that. Like each week is a little piece. So by the time the student is 1 month with you, he can dance already.
Yeah.
A lot of mistake that people do is like beginners, and like the person that's for a month and she only knows lateral.
Okay.
And then what that beginner is gonna do? He's gonna go to a salsa lesson. He's gonna learn how to turn the woman 3 times in a month. He's gonna go and dance salsa, and then we lost a client.
So true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to treat that beginners very carefully, man. Like it's a whole new world for them. So you gotta show it to them. You gotta present it to them. And I think that's the biggest mistake people make in Zouk, man.
Okay.
And I think that's it. You know, so you gotta keep them fresh. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like if you show up next week for the same interview, and then I give the same answer, and then I go and give the same answer, people who watching gonna get bored. They're
right.
like, oh, this dude only say the same shit all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they say, okay, tell me something new. So the beginner is that. So in our school, what we do is we kind of, every time we teach something new, so let's say today they learn lateral. They spend 1 hour learning lateral. And the next week, if you do another hour in lateral, they're going to kill themselves. They don't, you know? So we do a quick revision, make sure they can dance it in the music, let them have fun with it, check everything up, hands, feet, everything perfect, got the intention of it, give them a new challenge. Boom. The following week, go back into lateral. So each day he actually doing the same thing. But because you keep adding something extra to it, it doesn't feel like that. So, you know, he end up doing lateral and then turn and this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. It sounds like you put a lot of thought into this too, man, which is wonderful.
Oh, man. Like we studied a lot of stuff, a lot of people, a lot of conversations. Like I'm very blessed. As I said to you, as I started very young. So most of the Zouk scene, I am friend with it. Like I'm talking friendship. They're like, these guys are going to be next week in my house. You can give me a call next week. You'll see it for yourself. And and I have the privilege of talking to them all the time. You know, what they've been through, like what didn't work, what did work. I'm like, oh, I tried this here in this country, but it didn't work here. So I need to come up with a solution. So that is a lot of thought, man. It's to build a beginner thinking of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a baby. 9 months is born, then he finally can dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and lots of people treat beginners as just like a one-time client. If he likes, he come back. If he doesn't, who cares? And that's why Zouk lose a lot of people. You know, people don't put that extra thought of it. Not everybody. Most of people do. But I'm saying, like, if you're still treating Zouk classes in a club and this and that, like, that's going to work only to a certain point.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, if you go to a club right now, we say, hey, bro, let's go to a club. Yeah, we're going to have a drink. Oh, let's learn this dance. That was fun. That's it. We don't care. We're there to have fun.
Yeah.
But like, oh man, check it out. This dance school got like one free week to dance Zouk. What is Zouk, man? Then he got a bunch of videos from different artists. Like, oh, this shit look cool. Oh, come and try. It's free. They're gonna lose, and they're like, oh man, this is amazing, and this and that, and then you catch them, and then boom, that's it. When it's on, they're dancing already.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
So I think that's what Zouk is kind of missing. People to focus on these new people as well and give them their value and teach them, like, man, look how fun is this, look how easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Make it easy, you know, like of course Zouk is not easy, man. Like if you compare Zouk with kizomba, bachata, and salsa, we are the hardest foundation system.
I think so, man. I think so.
It is true. Like, man, like I went through, when I opened my dance school, I went through each party in UK looking for the best teacher of each style. So I found the best teacher of bachata, the best of kizomba in the country. I was like speaking to people, recommendation. I was watching videos, who won championships, who did what. I literally researched all my teachers. And man, literally it's the same problem in every scene. Every scene. It's just that what happens is they go to a bar to dance kizomba. They learn 5 steps in one session. So do you think a beginner go to a bar, learn Zouk, he learns 2 steps, he wants to stay there?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it was a massive impact on my eyes when I saw that. I was like, oh, that's true, man. So we need to make Zouk sound easy. We need to make the beginning of Zouk easy for people. We need to make it friendly. Our dance was not friendly. You know, people on the first day, you go basic over here, then lateral, you throw the woman to one side, you go to the other, and then you turn her in and out, and the people are like, oh man, this is too complicated. I don't want to learn that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say, yeah, man. I dance salsa, bachata, kizomba, merengue, and
Yeah.
I'm learning Zouk right now, and I am struggling with it, man. Honestly.
You're struggling with it.
Yeah, man. I would love to take classes with. Hey, I want to take classes with you, man. I would love to come to your school, man.
Man, I'm gonna be in DC in 2 weeks, man.
I used to live near DC, man. I live
Is
in New
it?
Orleans now. I live in New
New
Orleans.
Orleans?
It's southern. It's south of
Yeah.
DC, man.
Why don't you
Yeah.
come over to the DC Zouk Hate, man?
Oh man, I wish I could. I'm military, man, so I don't think I could get away that soon.
Man, you should, man. We're gonna be there for the weekend. It'll be cool
This
to
weekend?
see you in person, man.
Hey, that'd be sick, man. I'm gonna come to London and come to your school, man. I'm coming to
Man,
London.
dude. If you're in town,
Hey,
just give me a shout. Yeah, anytime.
hey.
That'll
Oh,
be
so
sick,
check this out. So check this out, man. For intermediate people who want to get to the next level, that advanced level, what does it take for them to get to that next level?
Intermediate level is always complex because depends where you come from and depend on your goal. So you're a dancer and you're like, man, I want to get better. I want to be that person on the dance floor that never stops dancing. Everybody loves dancing with me. Or you want to be that intermediate that's like, oh, I just want to enjoy my dance. You know, there's kind of different goals as well. But the main thing that it happens with intermediate, and kind of intermediate is kind of like the trouble age. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, this beginner's lesson is too easy for me. This advanced lesson is too hard. Rather than go to the basic, I'm kind of going to try to push myself and go to the hard one. But what the intermediate dancer don't realize is that more gaps you leave behind in information, more mistakes you have it. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, I always use like the head movement as an example for that. So, for example, for you to start to build a body to do a head movement comfortably and safe, you got to think of the basics, man. Like we start with body roll. It's the first contact with your rib cage moving. And then you build up into a motion that it goes up and down, the expansion of the chest. So that is a whole build up. As a teacher, I need to consider everybody's, like, I need to teach that person to open the rib cage and close. I can't just say to a person that's like, oh, now go to the side, tilt the rib cage, and they just move around. And that's when kind of intermediate student makes mistakes because they end up missing this information, and then they want to jump to a class that is too complex for them, and then they kind of left like a year gap of information. So the intermediate dancer should be the one studying the most. You know what I'm saying? Like they should like research it. They should look for the different teachers. Why does this teacher use this technique? Why does this one use this one? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like each extra, you become, when you're intermediate, you should become like a little Wikipedia kind of thing. You have to gather the information, and then when you put it in your body, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my best tip, man. Like start paying attention on every detail as an intermediate. But when I say detail, I mean it. It's like, oh, his rib cage in this point is closed. Or now he's breathing out, breathing in. Everything as an intermediate dance matters. And don't just kind of like go through it. You know what I'm saying? Lots of people are like, I learned a new sequence. Look, you go up, down, then you turn over here, and then that's it. Now, like, break it down. Stop and go slow motion for real. And then I think that's what makes you improve and understand with different eyes as well, man.
That's great. That's great advice, man. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I want to ask you this, man. What is one tip that you can give to someone to make them a better dancer immediately?
Immediately is any dancer would be Zouk. Let's say if we say Zouk today, it would be for the followers would be stay forward.
Oh.
Stay forward. I think my best tip for a follower is to remember to stay forward. Followers normally get to a habit of kind of like fall backwards into their heels and go away from the partner. So I think my one tip for followers would be stay forward.
And I guess you mean at the waist, right? They should come forward at the waist. Is that correct?
Yeah, come forward from the waist to the feet as well, and then keep that intention forward as well.
Right.
In Zouk, the followers are constantly, like for example, they finish their turn, they got their left leg in front and they right behind, just like that. And
Yeah.
lots of girls, they kind of like stand behind here, and like if they stay forward, they kind of put their weight in front, and they keep that intention. It gives them like a really good. It helps with everything, man. It improves their frame,
Okay.
improves their time, improves their balance. So they kind of control that finishing. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like control that forward step. Like make sure you are forward.
Okay. Yeah. 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 What about the
And
lead?
the lead, man, I think is what we spoke earlier. My best tip for the lead is like adapt to your partner, man. I don't think
Okay.
there's any better tip than that, because that's the biggest mistake for the leads. They're like, oh, I dance this way. If you can dance with me, you can. If not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right. Right.
I think that's the biggest mistake leaders make. So my best tip is like make sure you adapt to your partner. Like,
Yeah. Because
I
if
think
you're an intermediate lead and your partner's beginner, you can't expect her to dance your level, right?
you just described one of the biggest mistakes of the scene, man. Like, people gonna like, oh, I'm intermediate, but I don't really want to dance a beginner. I can't really dance with this person. It's like because you're not adapting yourself to their body.
Right. Yeah.
A beginner doesn't know what you know, man. So you need to
Mm-hmm.
kind of like take care of them. And the same happens if you dance with a very advanced dancer as well. You need to adapt to their body the way you're gonna hurt them as well. You know, lots of people they're like, oh, I want to dance with this teacher, and then that pulling and pushing them around. Like, man, adapt to each teacher. Everybody in the world, man, is different. You can't
Yeah.
treat every dance you have in your life is unique, man. Like I say this to people because, like I told you about my dance with my wife. Like I can never repeat that dance again in my life. You can't describe it. It's unique,
Right. Yeah.
and but it doesn't have to be always in terms of like connection, love, sexual. That doesn't have to be that level. Like just treat that person unique. Like if I'm gonna
Yeah.
dance with a girl, she's different than anybody else that I'm dancing with. So I can't kind of create a standard mode and say, oh, just dance here, do this, do that. Now I'm gonna adapt to that person and make sure that she's really comfortable about it.
That's awesome, man. That's
You
awesome.
know.
No, definitely, man. Hey, man, listen, I really wanna thank you, man, for taking the time to talk to me, man.
I want to thank you for the call, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Nah, man. No, you dropped so much information, man. And I can tell that you're very passionate about Zouk, man. It's
Oh
awesome.
man, I love it.
Yeah,
The
man.
po- There's a police right here. There's actually a funny scene.
Oh shit. I want to ask you, man. I don't want to keep you too much longer. I want to ask you, man. Tell me some of your upcoming events. You said
Upcoming
Warsaw.
events.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So, well, tomorrow we're flying out to Prague,
yeah.
then
Okay.
come back. Then I have my birthday party
Yeah,
in
yeah,
London.
yeah,
So anybody who is around Europe want to come stop by for a really good party.
yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
I love my lessons. As you said, I try to give everything I can, man. But as well, I love some really good party.
Uh
That's why I think classes should never be with party, man, because we party for real in here, like
huh.
for real. We dance until the night is out, man. Like we love it.
Okay.
And then from there, then I kind of have a little break with the family in May. I kind of like have one or two events, like small events, and then I'm back, and then I'm flying to US for a weekend. So I'm gonna be in the Zouk Heat in DC in April, second week of April, and then I fly back to Europe, and then I have like few more events in Europe. It's just going around, man. Like, but
Busy.
I try to kind of do now one event a month only kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, because I'm focusing on the school a lot and the music career as well, everything. So I'm kind of like trying to keep one event a month. If it's friends
Yeah.
organizing events, then they're like, "Hey, come!" Then I have to go, isn't it? Friends are always friends.
Yeah.
September we in Madrid. There's so much, man. Like I just can't even remember them.
That's so. Dude, I'm
But
be honest with you, man. I'm so jealous because you're traveling and like living your dreams. That is so awesome, man.
you know what is the best part of it right now, man? To be
Tell
true,
me.
is that like my baby's old enough to enjoy as well. So now, man, in the
Okay.
classes, she's running around and she's dancing around. I can't wait for her to be like 4 years old and dancing with me. That's all I'm
Yeah,
expecting. That's all I
yeah,
wanted, man. Like,
yeah.
but it's really sick. Like now we've been blessed because um everybody who's flying, everybody we're very blessed, man. Everybody who we work with are very lovely people. We
hmm
never really have any trouble as well. Everybody like respect our contract. Everybody respect our prices.
Okay.
Um, because as I said to you, everything that we work hard for and we build. So we have our conditions as well, isn't it? It's not easy just to leave your home to just end up somewhere who
Right.
never, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we kind of like keep everything nice and tidy, everything, so then we can travel with the baby as well. So kind of having a great time when you travel now. before I used to be like work, come back home, work a little bit more. Now it's like, oh man, the baby's coming. Like Prague now, on Thursday they have like an aqua park day. So we're literally dancing Zouk on an aqua park, man, and my baby's gonna be there. Like, so it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now it's kind of like enjoying more each festival in its way. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
I love that.
Hey man, so let the people know, man, how can people get in contact with you?
Man, anytime you guys around Europe or anywhere, like just you can check ukdc.co.uk, and then there we always offer as well a free taster. So if anybody is visiting the country, want to just check out the school, just book a free taster. There is the email over there as well, everything. Or you can add us on Facebook as well, Pedrinho Mattos, Linda Mattos. We got our page as well, PNL, because of the amount of business we're doing and it's so busy, we take a little bit long on that one. So we just rather people message us privately or through the school. But the school will definitely be the quickest way, you know, because we're always there and everything. So UKDC is definitely the way to get in touch with us. You can follow us on Instagram as well, PNL Dance. We're always posting where we are around. There's some stories there. Like, I'm going to the gym now. Midnight going to the gym.
Hey, bro, like I said, man, I wanted to just thank you again, man, for talking to me, man. I really appreciate it. I love your energy, man. I love your energy.
Man, I appreciate your call. I appreciate what you're doing. Like this podcast, man, like everything makes a difference on these days. That's when you message me and you're like, oh man, I have this idea. Man, I love it. Like I love it. Anything that it can help the dance to grow. Like, it's just not even the fact that we work with the dance is priceless, but the fact of, you know, knowing that you can share some information, some piece of happiness with people. Man. Like, I just want people in the world to be a little bit happier, man. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no price on this smile that we have right now, man. Like, screw it, man. We just work and get the money later.
Man.
Cares, man.
Dude, I fucking love you, bro. I love it, man. I love it.
Thank you so much, man, for the time and for the honor of being
on
the show,
man. Dude, thank you, bro. You are a wonderful guest, man. Yes, man. Hey, bro, do me a favor, man. I want you to go get a good workout, man.
Cool.
Yeah?
I'm going, man. Listen, let me know when everything goes online. So then I'll tell all the school to check it out, your channel, and subscribe and everything as well, yeah?
Man, that would be awesome. I got
I'll tell the people to go and sign up and then support as well so you can have more interviews. And once we have something big going on, I'll send you a message and I might get in touch with you. Let's not hold this for too long, but I have something big happen on the 8th of April. So I might actually message you very soon. So just keep an eye on the message because I have an idea.
Know, man. Let me know, bro. I got you. I got you.
Something big. Cool.
Hey, bro. Hey. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Your night.
Thank you, brother. You have a good day. Appreciate it, man. Nice
all right,
to meet
bro.
you, brother.
Man.
Thank you.